And man, with the success, of all around game with the success of all around game and Team Be Right, you have to have a group or a staff, where you guys are all on the same page and where you guys all have common goals and you guys have to complement each other. And one of the main ones being, shout out to Cuz Jamal Richardson. Just kind of talk about y'all relationships over the years. Starting, maybe your younger days, Maplewood, and then just how, that relationship has carried into what you guys have created today.
Yeah, he's always looked at me as more of like a big brother.
Yeah.
I had I think a couple years. I actually lived with them for a few years, and just, we did everything together. Like I said, I was like his big bro. He actually had like a little list of goals on this wall, and that 10th goal was to beat me one-on-one. And we just always been tight. I remember, when I first started AAG, my guy Clint Watkins, years ago, he was the first guy I went over his house. He had a gym in his house. I mean, you've been over there. And Clint basically had me do like a 12-week preseason workout with the high school out there. And I talked to my cousin with Jamal, and he was like, I'm transferring into Tennessee State just to finish up school. I'm done playing basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, when you get back home, I've created something, and I want you to help me.
Yeah.
And he came back home, and I mean, the first day he got there to the workout, he just kind of sat and watched me. I had about 15 boys in the gym, and then the next day he came back out there, it was like he had been. I mean, it was incredible. Like, we just played off one another. Like, he had one in, I had one in, and we switched.
Right.
And then we brought them in together. I mean, it's like, you get in the booth, like you have Jay-Z and, somebody else in the booth with Jay-Z, and they just going back and forth,
Yeah. So you saying Jay-Z and Drizzy?
Yeah, something like that. Nice little clip. That's good. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, shout out to Jamal, man. It's you don't find too many guys or people as genuine and really in it for the love of the game. Somebody that doesn't really look for credit. Somebody that, he'll give his last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll put in that extra 30 or 35 minutes, whether it be a kid or a pro. Just real genuine guy, man. So it has to be a great feeling to have somebody like that on your staff, and just know that, day in and day out, that's somebody you can depend on, especially with, like I said, with everything you guys have going on. I mean, it's an everyday grind, and it don't stop. And, I mean, you got tens, if not, maybe 100, 200 kids who look up to you guys and who depend on you. And they have families who, pour into you and they embrace you guys and they love you guys. You know what I'm saying? And it's evident, but it can be tiresome. You know what I'm saying? But going into those everyday situations, going into the gyms, going into tournaments, embodying that circuit life. Having somebody like that, having a running mate like that with you, man, it's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, it is, man. I mean, and Jamal, he just recently, a year or so ago, he stepped down from the circuit just so he could be back here with our pro guys during the summer and take care of those guys. But, Coach Jamal Malone, he's now full-time all-around game trainer. Yeah. Trent Perry, he's done some AAG and Team Be Right stuff. Jared Croft, he's does Team Be Right. Yeah. The coach and Coach Jay Wade, Coach Flowers. Yeah. Coach Pat Morgan, my guy Coach Zoe down in Memphis.
Yeah.
All those guys, man. Like, this is, when you in this business, you got it. Like, sometimes, because I've had, in the past, you just don't understand people's motives.
Right.
Guys can kind of come in and be sizing up the gym and start counting kids and times in about 200 and 300 and like, oh man, this dude making a lot of money, you know. But this group of guys I got now, I mean, these guys are solid as they come.
Yeah.
These guys are solid.
Yeah. And then we got to give a special shout out to Coach T, Terry, man.
Yep, T, yep. He's our old school, do it all. He's gonna hot gym, you're gonna come out the game, you're gonna sit down, he's gonna fan you with the Gatorade towel.
Yeah.
He can stretch you, he can tape you.
Yeah.
He got all the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Terry, man. Man, I was thinking of, man, I got Unc coming on, man. What, if I had one word, if one word came to mind, when thinking about this episode, man, what would it be? And legacy came to mind. So when you hear the word legacy, and you think about, yourself, your last name, just our family, man. What comes to mind?
Man, obviously my pops.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Big Spence. He was a household name in his city.
Yeah.
McDonald's All-American, big time player. So I always think of him. Just for what he did for the game.
Yeah.
And then just to our family. My wife and my kids, and obviously all my nieces and nephews, my sister, and everybody. We're just a strong family.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot, and I think I always tell myself, some of the things that I went through growing up and things I'm going through now, I look at this basketball stuff, it's easy.
Right.
Like the circuit, it does get tiring, and you got great parents and you got parents that are not so great.
Right.
But people always ask me, how do you deal with parents and the games and this and that, and you just, at the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Yeah.
And I even on those days where I'm just like mentally like drained, I still don't wake up like, oh man, I don't feel like coaching these girls today. When I'm out of town, it's all, you find a way to just kind of get up, shower, get some coffee in you, and then once you get to the gym, it's like, it's check ball.
Yeah.
You just get that energy from out of nowhere.
Yeah. And energy being contagious, man. The past couple weeks, I've had some time to come out to the gym and maybe get up and down a little bit, get some reps. But just being in the environment and seeing how guys embrace you guys, and shout out to Pastor Gary. He'll peep his head in here and there. But man, just let's talk about the relationships with some of the guys, some of the pro guys that you form with.
Yeah, so we got Rob Covington. We started working with Rob going into his senior year at Tennessee State. And like I said, we were like a big brother to him. We've been with him since day one, undrafted. The D League, now G League. We was with him through all those days. Rob is a phenomenal guy. Loves the game, loves to give back to his communities. Darius Garland, we DG since sixth grade.
Yeah.
That's like little bro for real, because we literally watched him grow.
Right.
He's a great kid, great family, mom and dad, great people. B Wright, obviously, B Wright is like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
B Wright, Garrison Matthews. We just created a relationship with him about 4 months ago, but it seems like he's been with us for 4 years already.
Yeah.
Jordan Bone is little bro. We've been since sixth grade.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of our overseas guys as well.
Right.
It's I know a lot of people toss the family stuff around, but we got text blasts. We check on each other.
Right.
We check on our families and wives and kids and that stuff. Yeah.
So, man, Unc, as we wrap up, man, what could we mark your words on? And when we ask this question, man, it's a pretty broad, it's a pretty genuine question, but if it's anything you can leave for the viewers or for the kids, or if it's anything we can expect from Spencer Richardson and not ladies, anything we can expect from Spencer Richardson, Team B Wright, AAG. What can we mark your words on as we close out the episode?
Well, from a Team Brandon Wright standpoint, all of my colleagues around the country, they know. When they play against Team B Wright, we gonna bring it, win, lose, or draw.
Right.
We gonna bring it.
Yeah.
And that's just what we built our foundation off: hard work, grit. Get after people and work.
Yeah.
And from a training standpoint, I know it's a lot of guys waking up, putting that training hat on, training hoodie on.
Yeah.
But the sooner guys realize that no matter what they got going on, don't affect what we got going on,
Right.
those guys will continue to,
Yeah.
to climb.
Right.
Obviously we're not the end all be all, but I'm OG for lack of words. I'm OG in this training game.
Right.
And from California to New York,
Yeah.
AAG is known. The 10 count is all over the world. It's all over the world. So And we got some big things coming up in the 21. You know, we got some big time guys behind the scenes making some moves for us. So yeah, it's gonna be big time.
So, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer Richardson, head honcho of Team Be Right, all around game AAG basketball. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you on the next episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to Ball All Day. We'll catch you on the next episode.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Duke.
My name is Mark Brown.
Hey, bro, come on, turn up, man. You gotta wake up, bro.
What's good, y'all? My name is Mark Brown.
Make sure y'all keep watching, man. We got great content on the way. Make sure y'all keep checking us out.